He was a U.S. Army soldier, a cannon crew member with the 11th Airborne Division to the outside world. He was a hero, a husband, and a man desperately searching for his missing wife. But when his wife, a combat medic herself, vanished from their new life in Alaska, the search for a missing person would soon become the hunt for a killer, and the most gruesome clue of all was hiding just feet from their own front door. Submerged in the dark water of a storm drain, this is the story of how a young military marriage dissolved into a chilling tale of deception and allegedly murder. On the grass won't wash away. In the summer of 2023, 21-year-old Zarias Hildebrand and his 21-year-old wife, Zariah, was starting a new chapter. After meeting in basic training, the young military couple married in December of 2022 and have recently moved to Anchorage, Alaska. Zariah, a dedicated combat medic, was also serving in the Alaska Army National Guard. They were a young couple with their whole lives ahead of them, but on August 7th, 2023, that future was thrown into chaos. That day, Zarias Hildebrand called the Anchorage police to report his wife missing. He told them that Zariah had left their apartment on foot the morning before, Sunday, August 6th, to walk to her job at a local sandwich shop. According to Zarius, they were both hungover after celebrating his 21st birthday. So she decided to walk. He also claimed she had left her cell phone behind. When she didn't return from work, he said he started to work, eventually driving around the neighborhood to look for her. As police launched their investigation, Zarius took his pleas public. He posted Zariah's missing person flyer on his Facebook page, begging for help. Updated information on my missing wife, the post read, please share and repost. He seemed to be every bit the distraught husband, joining the search, speaking with authorities, and desperately trying to find the woman he loved. Dozens of volunteers joined in, scouring the routes Zariah would have supposedly walked. But as hours turned into days, investigators started to notice that the frantic husband's story just wasn't adding up. The first major red flag came from Zariah's workplace. Zarius insisted his wife had left for work on Sunday morning without her phone. But Zariah's co-workers told police they received a text from her phone around 10:45 that same morning, saying she wouldn't be coming in. When police confronted Zarius with this, he denied sending the text and couldn't explain it, adding to the doubt. A friend who was out with the couple for Zarius' birthday told investigators that Zariah had specifically mentioned she didn't have to work that Sunday at all. The timeline Zarius gave was also suspicious. He said Zariah left for work between 9 and 10 a.m. on Sunday, yet he waited until Monday evening, more than 36 hours later, to officially report her missing. His excuse, he thought it might just be a misunderstanding he could find her himself. While Zarius was publicly playing the part of the worried husband, another disturbing piece of information surfaced. Police learned that a neighbor in their apartment complex had reported hearing what sounded like a gunshot around 2:45 a.m. on Sunday, August 6th. Just hours after the couple got home from his birthday celebration, patrol officers had responded at the time but found nothing out of the ordinary. Now, in the context of a missing person case full of contradictions, that report took on a sinister new meaning. The image of the concerned soldier was beginning to crumble. The holes in Zarius' story was enough for investigators to take a closer look at the couple's apartment. When they first visited on Tuesday, August 8th, Zarius let them in. The detectives immediately noticed the bed was stripped, covered by just a mattress pad. When they asked to see what was under the mattress, Zarius refused. He claimed there were embarrassing personal items for sex and insisted they couldn't look, not even if he moved the items himself. That refusal was all authorities needed. They soon returned with a search warrant, and what they found turned a missing person case into a homicide investigation. When they lifted the mattress, they discovered it was, in their words, saturated with human blood. There was so much blood that it had soaked through to the carpet and the wooden bed frame below. A chemical spray then revealed evidence of a massive cleanup attempt, with blood spatter patterns in the bathtub. Investigators also found receipts that documented what Zarius was really doing in the hours after Zariah was last seen alive. On August 6th, the day she disappeared, he went shopping. He bought a new set of bed sheets, a mattress cover, hydrogen peroxide, and an empty spray bottle, and a huge 96-gallon wheeled garbage can. Inside the home, police also found two handguns. One was fully loaded, the other was missing a single bullet from its magazine. The story Zarius had been telling the world was falling apart, and the evidence inside his own home was screaming that something violent had happened to his wife. With the gruesome discovery in the apartment, the search for Soraya became even more urgent. Investigators expanded their focus to the area right around the apartment complex, on Mockingbird Drive. Now looking for a body, they used a drone to scan the area from above. Soon the drone's camera spotted something out of place, a pillow laying near a drainage ditch not far from the Hildebrand's apartment. As officers approached on foot, they made the discovery that brought the search to a horrific end. On August 10th, inside a storm drain, they found the body of Soraya Hildebrand. An examination revealed that the 21-year-old combat medic had an apparent gunshot wound to her left temple. The frantic search was over. The public pleas from her husband were exposed as a calculated charade. The secret he had tried so hard to conceal was now out in the open, recovered from the cold, dark confines of a storm drain. With the discovery of Soraya's body in the mountain of physical evidence, Zarius Hildebrand was arrested on August 11, 2023. The same man who reported his wife missing was now charged with first-degree murder, second-degree murder, and tampering with physical evidence. His bail was set at $500,000. Prosecutors alleged that he shot his wife, tried to clean up the bloody scene, bought supplies to hide his crime, and then dumped her body in a nearby storm drain, all before putting on the public performance of a grieving husband. Soraya's mother, Meredith Barney, described her daughter as kind, intelligent, and funny, a young woman who joined the military to help pay for an education in the medical field. Her unit in the Alaska National Guard released a statement saying her untimely passing impacts every member in the organization and that she would be sorely missed. The contrast between the public image of a frantic husband and the chilling allegations of a calculated murder is stark. What are y'all's thoughts on this tragic and complex case? Let me know in the comments below. And for more deep dives into the cases that reveal the darkness hidden just beneath the surface, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. As of June 2026, Zarius Hildebrand was pled not guilty to the charges. His trial is now underway, with jury selection having begun in early June. Prosecutors are laying out the timeline of inconsistencies, the damning physical evidence from the apartment, and the grim discovery in the storm drain. They argue this was a deliberate act of murder, followed by a calculated cover-up. If convicted of the murder charges, he faces a potential sentence of up to 99 years in prison for each count. The case of Soraya Hildebrand is a heartbreaking reminder that the truth can be far more disturbing than the lies designed to conceal it. For a shattered family and a shocked community, the ongoing trial represents the last, slow step in the painful journey towards justice for a young soldier whose promising life was cut tragically short.
Blood on the grass won't wash away undetected.